Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley and this is Joe and we're here for a late night tonight. I got some
Yeah,
stuff to do tomorrow and he's got some stuff to do tomorrow, so we decided to do it early. This is the Extreme Rules review show. And it was I guess for a free show, I guess it was okay. It had its decent moments and stuff. I didn't like some of the finishes, but I mean, it is what it is. Joe, what did you think about it?
I thought the pay-per-view overall exceeded my expectations in terms of match quality. I thought it was pretty good. I'd give it a solid B. Solid B, maybe even a B plus. It's a B plus player this evening.
Alrighty. Well, the pre-show, obviously Daniel Bryan did not compete. He's going to be out. Supposedly he's not going to be there until he's not going to be there for Payback either. That is the rumor. So I don't know if they're just going to relinquish the title and have a tournament or what they're going to do. I would like to see a triple threat between him, Daniel Bryan, Neville, and Wade Barrett, with Neville winning.
They should make the King of the Ring tournament for the IC title.
Oh, that would be cool.
They're doing it on WWE Network this Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've seen that.
On the network.
So obviously Neville and Barrett were on the pre-show and they had a match. I guess I was expecting a little bit more. I thought maybe Neville, I guess, was gonna shock us with some more good stuff, but it was a good match. I guess I just expected more for it. But hey, it's the pre-show, so what do you expect? I mean, the pre-show's not going to be anything special. But like I said, I do want to see that triple threat match with Neville, Barrett, and Daniel Bryan eventually. And Neville actually got the victory, which I thought he would have, because, I mean, yeah, you can say he buried like Barrett, but Neville's going to have a title very soon. I definitely see him having the U.S. as an Intercontinental title very soon. They're going to push him pretty damn fast. And, I mean, it's definitely... I mean, he's worth it, he's great. He really is. He proved me wrong, and I will admit that. I don't have a problem, saying when I was proven wrong, because he is very, very talented, and he's a great high flyer. He's a great wrestler, so can't wait to see more from him. What do you think about the pre-show?
I feel like the buried statement gets thrown around way too much. Wade Barrett was not buried after this match. If anything, I thought Barrett got himself over very well. I really enjoyed his promo, the way he kind of picked at Bryan, and it was a perfect time for a bad news style promo. And he delivered. I was impressed. I liked it. And the match itself, I mean, could it have been more? Yes, because you got to take into consideration, we're used to Neville main eventing NXT for almost, 2 years now?
Yeah.
The main caliber matches, 20-minute plus matches. This was, around a 10-minute plus match. So there was only so much he could do. I thought he got in his best stuff. I thought the fact that he hit the stalling German suplex on Wade Barrett was pretty impressive, considering Barrett's a big guy. He's 6'5", lanky, big, tall. So I thought that was impressive. I've never seen him. I've seen him hit it on Steen, who's obviously a big guy. But it was nice to see him hit it on a big WWE I don't want to say main event caliber, even though Barrett's got the talent to be, but main roster level, intercontinental level champion.
Yeah.
So, I thought Neville needed the win more. I was actually surprised Neville won. I figured Barrett would win, especially since Neville had been on a bit of a losing streak, losing to the likes of Ziggler and Seth Rollins. But I thought Neville needed the win more. This was his first pay-per-view match, his pay-per-view debut, even though it was the pre-show. And I thought, all things considered, it was a pretty decent match.
Yep, and obviously, Bryan, it's funny because people were like, oh, why isn't he champion? Oh, he needed to be champion. He needed to be in the main event at WrestleMania. Well, obviously, they knew something was going to happen, and that is exactly why he is at where he is now, because, obviously he can't even hold a mid-card title without getting hurt again, and I love Bryan. I really do. He's one of my favorites. But the guy needs to retire. He really does. He should have got that second surgery, and he didn't. And that was his own fault. And he just can't do it anymore. So, there's nothing wrong with retiring. He already main evented WrestleMania. He's been champion. He's done it all. He's
He's all a famer
The only
retired them
thing
all.
he didn't do was win the Royal Rumble.
Eh,
But, I mean,
not
still,
everyone won the Royal
exactly.
Rumble. There's a lot of great superstars who never won the Royal Rumble. So that's not a huge blemish against him, considering the fact that he didn't stick around long enough for them to throw him that bone, too, because it's like people will compare it to Edge, but Edge stuck around long enough to be an 11-time heavyweight champion, and that was after he put his body through hell with all the TLC matches and the ladder matches and all the crazy bumps he took. So, to me, it's obviously 10 years of wear and tear in the independents, putting his body on the line, before he even got to WWE. So, a lot of wear and tear, a lot of tread on those tires, and I'm not advocating and wanting Daniel Bryan to retire. It's sad that he's given a lot to the business. He's one of the few guys who are on an elite level that you can say are, that genuine, recognizable, anybody knows the yes chant or who he is. He goes beyond the realm of sports entertainment. I actually think if he were to retire, he would have a future as a reality star, ironically enough, even though that's probably the opposite of what he stands for with his marriage to Brie Bella. It seems like the Bellas are interested in carrying on their reality TV career wherever they're at. So I think he'll be part of that either way. And it's unfortunate. I don't know if he was on top long enough to really save up a chunk of change for his future the way he would have wanted to. I know he's good at saving money. He seems like he's very, very frugal based on the Divas show and everything else. So it's unfortunate. And, he made the decision what he thought was best for him. Sometimes things work out differently. But I will say, hey, every time John Cena's gotten hurt, he's got the surgery, he's worked out hard, and then he's come back stronger. So maybe there's something to what you're saying, but
Yeah.
unfortunate situation. And it might be the second year in a row he has to relinquish the title, which would also be... I was hoping he would at least show up just to put Barrett over. Part of me was like, even if the match was like a 2-second bull hammer knockout match, that would have been better, I feel, than just him relinquishing.
Yeah, well, he already did the 11-second thing at WrestleMania, so maybe they didn't want to do that again.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but I mean, why not? Have a decent little quick match, have him have a quick bull hammer out of nowhere, and it would have put Barrett over strong. It would have been the signature win Barrett's been needing for a while. So even if it wasn't a match, so I kind of wished in my head. I heard the reports that Neville was going to replace him online, and I thought they did it well. So overall, good show.
Yep. Oh, they open up with Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. There was a lot of people complaining about this match. I liked it. I thought it was cool. But a lot of people complained about, obviously, them technically having an Iron Man match because it went on for an hour, because they went for about, I don't know, what was it, about 10 minutes, and then they took it backstage, and then they both got into a car and they drove off. And I thought it was funny. I had no problem with it, but a lot of people were like, oh, this is stupid and everything. People are going to forget about the match and everything like that. And I go, well, maybe they will. I think the point is for them to forget about the match, because then when they come back, it's going to be surprising,
Yeah, agreed. And the way they did it, I thought it was different. We've seen so many different Chicago-style street fights, so it was cool to see him go backstage. I feel like even that by itself hasn't been done in so long. Even the announcers didn't quite know how to call it, because they used to do it every week in the Attitude Era. Now it's such a rarity. You'd never see them go backstage in an actual fighting or wrestling situation. So I wish it was Fall Scout anywhere. That's what I was hoping. There'd be a camera crew maybe, and after that Triple H promo, they'd cut back to it magically. They would have found a camera crew, but that's not what happened. And but I actually thought how they did it was cool. Finishing the match later on in the night, all of a sudden the truck drive in, and we'll get to how that all happened later. But I thought it was different. Creativity. It's professional wrestling. Everything's been done a million times. I give him an A for effort on this one. I thought it was different, and people scratching their heads. It's I feel like John Cena was kind of right on the Jericho podcast. It's fans don't know what they want half the time. It's
Exactly.
And they're complaining that Neville's losing matches, but now all of a sudden Barrett's buried. What the fuck do you people want?
Exactly. I think just a lot of people just had a lot of stuff to complain about this, but eventually they did come back, and they continued their match, and Dean got his first pay-per-view win since going solo. This was a big win for him because it's almost been a year since the Shield broke up, and this was his first pay-per-view win. And, I mean, Roman's been pretty much undefeated. Seth's been pretty much undefeated. And Dean's won or lost every single match except for this one. So he desperately needed this win. Hopefully this is for his push. Hopefully it's time for a push and everything. And
I feel he's the logical Money in the Bank candidate, and I had a gut feeling he was going to take this one home. I thought Luke Harper was the perfect guy for him to start his, maybe collecting some wins on pay-per-view or on network specials. And I thought, like I said, the way they pieced it together was interesting with the interview with Renee, and he jumps on New Day, and I thought I liked that subtlety too with like Renee. I know you probably got a kick out of it too with like him jumping off the truck on the New Day and then chasing. Luke Harper back to the ring, and they brought all the chairs in the ring. At one point, Dean Ambrose took a suplex on the point of the chair, which is a very scary bump to take. I've seen him take it in the Indies. Very scary bump to take. I'll tell you right now, I would not take that.
You know why? I think they did this match because they both trust each other so much. They've had so many matches in the Indies when Luke Harper was Brody Lee, I think that's what his name was, and obviously Dean Ambrose was John Moxley. So obviously they trust each other. They're good friends in real life. Obviously, you gotta trust each other for those kind of matches.
Clearly, they have the same tailor.
Yeah.
Same guy doing their wardrobe. But I thought it was a good match. For me, this one will be a memorable one. I'll remember this one for a while because it was different, as opposed to how many street fights that just have the same spots, do the same things. And we'll talk about that later on with certain finishes and certain matches too. But I don't know. I thought it was different. A for effort to think outside the box.
Yeah, I definitely thought this match delivered. So. Alrighty.
And the right guy won. It was good in all regards.
Yeah. I will say this, too. This pay-per-view kind of had an interesting, I guess, what was I'm trying to say? Like, match card, well, like, order of the match card, how they went into it. They kind of, like, did some matches, like, right in the beginning that I never thought they would do. So, I don't know. It was just kind of an interesting order. I guess it was just, I don't know if I was the only one that... Did you think it was an interesting?
The crowd really. Yeah, I was thinking that too. And the crowd, I thought it worked for the crowd. I thought the crowd was into most of the matches, including matches I didn't think they were going to be into. They were really when they announced Ambrose the Chicago Street Fight first. Oh, they popped like crazy. They were ready to get behind that.
Exactly. They started off strong, and that's what they need to do. They need to start off strong with a good match.
Is that they risk losing steam with a match that you knew was a good match. As you were watching it, like, all right, I'm into this match. Like, Harper and Ambrose is energy. Ambrose is showing a mean streak here, and there's a lot of good back and forth. It's not just Dean kind of being a put-over guy. This is a good back and forth struggle with two hardcore guys, two good workers, and it's like they jump in the car, and it's like it kept you like, all right. And then there's the Triple H promo, and like, all right, what are they going to do? And then there's the Dolph Ziggler Sheamus match. Then you're waiting. Then there's this New Day Tyson Kidd Cesaro match. And then finally after that, they cut back to it. And I thought that was cool, because I don't know if you did forget about it, but it was like, at that time to choose it during an interview, I thought that was cool to break back in with the action. I was like, all right.
It was surprising. It was shocking, definitely.
Yeah. What happened in those 20 minutes? We'll never know, even though there's probably a million people walking around.
I made a joke and said they went out for a burger. Some people said they went out for a beer run. Pretty funny. Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. Now, this was surprising. Obviously, Joe beat me at the predictions this time. I usually beat him, so it's fine. He got this pay-per-view on me. But I really kind of was shocked that Dolph Ziggler won. I thought they would give this win to Sheamus since it was his first pay-per-view back, and he's a massive heel. So I was actually a little shocked, especially since it was a Kiss My Ass match. But Dolph did win with a roll-up, and Sheamus obviously did not want to kiss his ass. And we knew he wasn't going to, so he low blowed him and bro kicked him and then made Dolph kiss his ass. Not really though, he really just rubbed his whole head on his ass. So
I saw a
um,
couple movies for this pay-per-view. One of them was for Dean winning, and it was like had the Miracle on Ice. And it was like that moment when Dean finally wins a pay-per-view match. And then the other one involved this match, and it had the picture of Dave Chappelle's crackhead character with the white lips from the show, Chappelle Show. And it was like, it said something like, who would want to kiss, if you kiss Sheamus's ass, this is what you look like. Anyway, long talking aside, I thought this finish did their best. This was WWE's classic way of trying to protect both guys, I felt. Because Ziggler kind of needed a win in his own right. He had kind of lost a lot of matches lately, and it would have been kind of tough for him to lose this one. Whereas, Sheamus is a big heel, and you couldn't picture Sheamus as the heel kissing his ass. And they played it up well. They did a little, 2-minute tease with Ziggler playing with his tights, pulling them up and down, and the crowd, the females in the crowd, and maybe even some of the males, who knows, oohing and eyeing kind of, and the show off kind of having. And I actually thought that was a good moment for Dolph, like a little Rick Rude kind of moment for him. And, like you said, Sheamus took the low road and low blowed him, and the rest was history. But I don't know, I thought this was their way of protecting. I thought everybody won here.
yeah, because obviously Sheamus got, Dolph to kiss his ass, and he didn't have to kiss Dolph's ass, but Dolph still won, and he's got the victory, so.
Exactly.
Alrighty. This was another one you beat me on. These were the only two that we disagreed on, and you beat me in both. I'm actually really upset about this. It was a great match. The tag team division matches have been actually pretty damn decent lately. They've been really good. This was actually supposed to be the pre-show. Obviously, if Daniel Bryan was here and able to compete, this would have been the pre-show. But
I'm glad that happened because already they had the WrestleMania pre-show, and it was like
it was a great match. Exactly.
This is you want to talk about grabbing the brass ring, and we'll talk about New Day for a second here, and Kinsaro, quite frankly. 5 individuals, 6 if you want to count Natty, but really 5 that really needed to grab the brass ring and steal the show. I don't know if they stole the show, but just really use an opportunity to have a great match and to prove what they're all about. And you kind of saw a babyface turn there with Kid and Cesaro. Fans been wanting to like these guys anyway, and so I'm fine with that. I've been wanting Cesaro to be a babyface since he left the Real American, so about fucking time they pulled the trigger on that. So I was glad with this. It kind of was a double switch because it established New Day as true heels, and it kind of put them over as baby faces. I was sad to see them lose the titles. I liked them as champions, but I thought New Day needed this one. I thought they needed it in the worst way, and now let's see if they can gain some momentum and some traction. The New Day sucks chant is starting to become a positive in that they're getting over. They're getting a reaction. They're not coming out to crickets. And this is what Big E needs. This is what Xavier fucking Woods needs. And certainly Kofi. I feel like almost Kofi's getting lost in the shuffle. I don't know about you. Well, of the 3 of them, Xavier Woods, even though he's not wrestling a lot, stands out to me.
He's the manager. He's the talker for the group, yeah.
But, he always does a good job. Some managers stand off to the side. Some managers pick their spots. Even Paul Heyman, there's a lot of times you don't notice him. You're not supposed to notice a manager until I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but Xavier, that's why I think they should do the Freebird rule to where you can mix it up. And, I don't know, I worry for Kofi getting lost in the shuffle. I thought it was cool, the move they did with the big ending and the move off the top rope was one of the signature moves. And I thought it was a great match. These guys delivered, definitely. See Cesaro deadlifting Kofi with the suplex, classic Cesaro there from the outside in.
Yeah,
great stuff.
This was definitely probably one of my favorite matches of the night, if not my favorite. I loved this match. I thought it was great.
Were the 2 most surprising in terms of
yeah.
I was really surprised how all those competitors really put on a great show, and big show too, quite frankly. A lot of surprising. Probably give it a B+. The results or not, I thought the match quality was pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, and I actually did look to see how long their title reign was, because I was just like, I don't even think they've had it for 4 months. They only had it for like 2 months. It was 63 days, I think that's what they said. I think it was a little short. Some people, my friend Paul Jazer, he's actually calling it, he thinks that they're going to lose it within a day. He thinks they're going to have a rematch tomorrow, and New Day's going to lose it already.
It could happen.
They're known to do that, so, and especially with Las Minadores possibly turning heel too. They said they're going to turn heel, so I'm for Cesaro and Kid totally turning face. You know, you got the Cesaro swing back and everything like that. They got cheers. Natty got involved with the slap. You know, they really got some good cheers. You know, they're a great face tag team. You know,
Kid's a great wrestler. People have been wanting to like Cesaro for the longest time, and they see the chemistry Kid and Cesaro have. And I'll throw Natty a bone on this one too. Sure, why not?
I think they're a great team. I really do, and I'm for it definitely.
They're the best thrown together team, because there's teams that are like meant to be, and then there's like two main eventers that get together, like your Orton and Edge, or your Jerichos, your Rock and Sock Connections, your Mega Powers, and then there's guys that are kind of thrown together that just make it work. I think Christian and Jericho were a team like that. I think Kazarian and Daniel still tagging to this day are a team like that. And I feel like Kid and Cesaro have that kind of chemistry. I really enjoy their work, and they're a breath of fresh air in the tag team division. I hope they stay in the tag team division for a while, because the division needs the depth, especially with the Usos on the shelf. Time for teams like them, the Lucha Dragons, Blue Day, everybody to step up.
Yeah.
Or green.
United States title, and this was a Russian chain match.
I'd say this was probably the worst match.
It was decent. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that. I was expecting more. Lana is turning face obviously soon, though. Rusev's obviously getting pissed at her. Lana's getting into the fans and stuff. But I'm really worried about Rusev, like, after this. I really am, because their next match is an I Quit match, and John Cena has never lost an I Quit match. So I'm afraid that Rusev's going to get completely buried.
They already announced they're going to be an I Quit match, and Cena's going to get the triplet of victories over him. I'd almost wish this would be the last match for them and let Rusev and Lana have a little thing, and Lana can, like, turn babyface and, like, maybe she can, like, go into the hands of, like, a Dolph Ziggler, or, like, you know what I mean, or someone like that would really, like, you know, her and Ziggler can American her up with his show-offness, and, you know, he's been known to steal a girlfriend.
I can maybe even see her helping Xena out, but Xena really doesn't need her, but, obviously with Nikki and everything, too, so I don't really like that idea, but...
We all know he's with Nikki Bella, so why go there? Dolph's a sick thing.
It's going to be his next feud. I'm thinking that it's going to be his next feud. Rusev's next feud, that's who she's probably going to end up with.
Ziggler?
I don't know. Is that his next feud?
I don't know. I'm speculating here.
That's supposed to be their last final match, though, is that Payback and an I Quit match. That's what they announced backstage. That's what Lana said to Rusev, that the match is already finalized and it's going to be an I Quit.
I must have missed that part. I don't remember that.
Yep, it was backstage. So, and she did say, she said, like, this was the final match, so whoever wins this, and obviously Xena will, because he's never lost an I Quit match.
That'd be nice to see him actually lose one for once. That'd be good.
I know, I think this would be really good, because he beat Rusev's undefeated streak. So Rusev can get one on him and beat his I Quit undefeated streak.
I think Rusev needs to win more. Yeah, I'm hoping. Since they're doing it, if they weren't going to do it, like, Cena sold enough T-shirts, I would have given him 2 months worth of T-shirts. He changes his shirt every 2 months now, if you notice. Yeah. He used to have a shirt every year and change it just every WrestleMania. Now it's like every 3 months, 2 months.
Yeah. But with Lana turning face, I highly doubt he's going to win. Because he's got that. Lana's probably going to, end up getting in the way again or something like that. Something's going to happen where he gets distracted. Who knows? But it's an I Quit match anyway, so I don't know why she would really play in factor, but I'm kind of feeling the face turn, though, with her.
Agreed. Definitely. Unless she cost him the match somehow. Like, you know, just her babyface turn. Like maybe he's got Cena on the accolade and she whacks him or something and gives Cena an opening.
Yeah. Yeah. Divas match. Now this, everyone was saying, like they were like, oh, this is, his break and everything. But it was actually decent. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I don't know about you. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. But obviously the Bella Twins are officially faced. They got a nice little pop. And Naomi didn't win. Naomi obviously has new music, new gear. And I think why I looked at this title reign too. Nikki's had it for about 4.5 months. So I think she's probably going to keep it for 2 more months just because, one, if she's really retiring, they want to give her a long title reign because she only had it for, 6 days, I think, her first run?
Yeah.
So they obviously want to give them, obviously, a nice title reign before they leave, if they really are going to leave. And they want them to have a reign while they're baby faces, too. So, because I think they've really pretty much been heels every single time they've had the title, pretty much. So...
For the most part.
Except for Bray, maybe. Maybe Bray had a face reign. I know Nikki's was heel.
I think Breeze
today was heel, obviously, until now.
I think Breeze was heel too.
Yeah.
I'll give in this particular match. I'll give Nikki a little credit. She and Naomi had a great chemistry. I was impressed with Naomi's new music, So Long to the Funkadactyl song. I was impressed with the little light bright shoes she had going on there, channeling the light up shoes from the 90s. I thought that was different. And I thought this was the first match working as a heel. I thought she did really good, broke out some different stuff. Same thing with Nikki, broke out some different stuff, the knee busters and different things. And overall, yeah, I can't complain about this match. It was, hashtag give Divas a chance. This was probably a longer match than the Cena Rusev match, I think. I don't have the times in front of me, but it felt like I was
more interested in this match, to tell you the truth. I was kind of interested, after 2 minutes. I was just kind of really actually watching it and everything. So
yeah.
And yeah, I know people are mad that Nikki still won and everything like that, but to me it really didn't matter because I knew Naomi's going to get it, if not next month, the month after. I know she's going to get it in 1 or 2 more months. So it's not like it's going to be like, oh my God, she's never going to get the title, Yeah. She has to get it next because Paige is going to be out for a while. Natalia's busy doing, being the manager for Tyson Kidd and everything, and that's the only face they have unless they want to bring, Charlotte in or, well, actually, no, because Nikki's obviously, yeah. Because they have a lot of heel divas. I noticed that. Summer Rae's a heel, Cameron's a heel. Natalya was technically a heel, but so that's why I think they did have to turn the Bella Twins face, because AJ's gone and Paige is gone for the time being. So
to me it feels like a forced face turn. I don't want to like the Bellas. I feel like there's a lot of people who think the way I think out there, where it's this is where people get mad. People felt the Roman Reigns things was forced. I don't feel it was that forced, but slightly. The Superstar of the Year, maybe. Other than that, I thought it was fun. But this Nikki face turn, it's we're supposed to forget that the fact that the sisters hated each other. We're supposed to forget the fact that they've been evil bitches for months and all the shit they did to Paige. And now, poor old Naomi, who's been, I'm sorry, in my mind, Naomi's the babyface. And I think I'm not the only one.
And Brie actually helped Nikki, too. She actually...
I'm sorry, that was a heelish fucking move, P-Mode. P-Mode! But the match itself wasn't P-Mode. The match itself was not.
Yeah, the match was pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. Now, this was one that everyone thought was going to be horrible. And I will say, even though I could not stand the ending, I thought it was a very bad ending, I did think the match was pretty damn good. Last man standing match, Roman Reigns versus Big Show. It was definitely surprising. Big Show carried Roman very good. I know a lot of people are saying that Roman, was really good, but I feel like Big Show really carried that match. He did so good, for someone being, how old is he now? 47? Is he?
44, gotta be 43, 44, something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But he definitely, I mean, we talk about him wanting him to retire, but he actually did really good in this match. He kept it up, he carried it, and him and Roman actually worked pretty damn good together. So I just wish that it would have ended with Roman spearing Big Show through the table. I don't think it should have ended with Roman burying Big Show over the table, because that's why I hate last man standing matches. Every single finish is so sucky, with the duct tape or against the rope with the feet, and it's so stupid. It's so pointless and so much garbage. They killed a good match, and it just I hate it.
I would have had him hold up for the Superman punches, which they did at one point. They used that spot. But, like, I would have brought it back, and then, like you said, the spear of the table, go home at that. That was a much more, the fans were into that moment. Ah, yeah, he got him, spear to the fucking Spanish announce table. That was the moment to go home on. Sometimes you got to know when to go home, and it was a little bit too much. It was like, all right, like, the spear through the table didn't keep Stupid Big Show down, but the flimsy 50-pound table, which apparently kept JBL and Booker T trapped like prisoners of war. Apparently that table is now a death trap, and everybody should avoid it. And it was so heavy that on the Raw that Brock Lesnar did his incident that they couldn't even lift the table up to give poor Byron Saxton a fighting chance to give something to lean on. The table had to stay turned over the whole time.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a pretty good match. Roman's getting better, so I guess it just depends on who he really works with.
I thought this was a big win for him, and let's talk about the most important element besides the finish, the crowd. The crowd was behind him tonight. Believe that.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Oh, I know you love Roman, so.
I don't look. He's not my Dean's my favorite of the Shield. He's not even probably my top 5. I like Bray Wyatt better than him. I like Dolph Ziggler better than him.
I guess someone has to stick up for him on this show, so.
Yeah,
I have to stick up for Cena, and you have to stick up for Roman, so I get it.
Why they see what they see in Roman. I think Roman is deserving of a spot. He busted his ass just like everyone else. Why isn't he deserving of a top spot at this point? I think, and Seth is deserving of his spot, and I think Dean needs to be up there with the 3 of them. I thought all 3 deserve that spots after this.
Well, that's what it is supposed to be. WWE, YouTube, you can thank them for spoiling us. They leaked a video, the payback video of Seth, Roman, and Brandy, triple threat. So that's obviously what it's supposed to be. I don't know if they're going to change that, but they leaked it. I don't know if they were supposed to set it to private or what, but it was leaked, and obviously they had it on YouTube, and a lot of people seeing it, thousands of people.
So someone got fired over that fuck up. But
yeah.
I don't feel like that really affected. And Chicago's a notorious smart marquee crowd. That didn't affect their view on Roman. They are a hard crowd to win over, man. And we've seen that with John Cena. We've seen that with a lot of guys. They're a hard crowd to win over. When you win them over, they get behind you, man. But they're hard to win over. And Roman had him tonight. When that Philly crowd was so brutal to him after he won the Rumble, and a poorly booked Rumble at that. This match would, take the weird finish aside. It was booked strong enough to make Roman look strong. We were joking at the show, me and Jay Frost, my tag partner, make Roman look strong, like CM Punk said on his podcast. But it's true. They've been really making him, even with his survival of Suplex City. Now he finally takes out the Big Show. And look, of course he's going to get back in the title picture. And we'll see how long Mr. Wormy Seth Rollins can hold on to the title. And Roman brings the title back home with the Anoa family, NOI.
And we lost Joe. But yeah, a lot of us, Roman's family wanted him to retire after what happened at WrestleMania with him putting over Seth, his best friend. They thought that was bullshit because obviously it was a last minute change and Roman was supposed to win. And obviously his family was, looking forward to it, and obviously that didn't happen. So they were pretty pissed, and they told him to retire, and obviously he didn't listen to that. So, I mean, whatever. That's what it is. And Joe's back. But yeah. Bo Dallas came out. This was a little filler and everything, and cut a promo and everything. And it's funny because Bray, cut a promo earlier in the night. I was like, oh my god, are they actually gonna feud? I was just like, I wonder, because everyone's thinking it's Ryback and everything like that, and it's now we can obviously see it's going to be Ryback. I was actually kind of shocked that Bray didn't come out because Bo, I don't know if anyone's seen this, if it was just me, but Bo waved his hand. Like telling, did you kind of see that where he kind of like waved his hand to tell like someone to come in? I thought he was like waving for Bray and telling him to come in.
The storyline does one thing we predicted on this show a couple months ago, and does another thing where if you add Bo in the mix, maybe this makes this more of an obstacle for Ryback. And I don't know if they're going to acknowledge the fact that they're really brothers or not. They might not sure. Yeah. I think it would serve them better if they do. Add a little realism to it. We all know they are at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they do eventually. They definitely play the real cards for some storylines.
Bo's getting a little edgier, if you notice. He's getting a little edgier. He's growing a beard, which helps. And he's getting a little edgier. And if they were to have... now Wyatt spin off TV with the promos, calling out someone for a month. Why not? I was concerned as to how they're going to orchestrate a possible Wyatt and Ryback feud. And if this is the seed to do it, and Bray Wyatt, and Bo Dallas rather, becomes the guy, the third man in the equation, I think that's the best thing that could ever happen to Bo Dallas's career. Because we were just talking about Roman Reigns being over with this crowd. One guy who's been consistently over is Ryback. And I feel like, I said it on one of the shows recently, I see a lot of Ultimate Warrior in him. He has a strong connection to the fans. And I don't know if he'll ever be world champion. I hope one day he'll get at least a short run. But he's got a strong connection with the fans, and he's going to be with this company a long time because of it. And I respect that. And he's busted his ass and earned the respect of all of us. I respect him.
I don't know how the Bray Wyatt feud's going to go with him. I'm kind of a little interested in it. I guess it's just different, and I just didn't expect them to feud. But, hey, if Bray's going to be heel for a while, and if he's not going to be champ for a few more months, you might as well put some new people in there for him.
Yeah, it's a fresh matchup for Wyatt, who's running out of fresh matchups. And it's a nice obstacle for Ryback. So, like I said, I like if Bo Dallas is part of it, I can get into this a little bit more. And then it adds an extra layer of storytelling, and I think that would be very intriguing.
Yeah.
And it would add another tag team, the Wyatt brothers.
Oh, yeah, I know. I want them together so much. That'd be awesome. And now we go to the main event. Now, I guess I was expecting a little bit more from this. I guess I wanted it to be a little bit longer, but... People are being sore about this match now, too. They're trying to say that the RKO was banned for both of them. I'm like,
no, it was not. No one ever dictated that.
They only said it was banned for Randy Orton. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and the gatekeeper is supposed to come in and chokeslam everybody in the ring, too, right? That's not, like people are fucking idiots. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Really? Ugh! So Kane can chokeslam everybody, and that's not a DQ. Literally everybody. JJ, Randy, Seth. But Randy could get his comeuppance by hitting the RKO on him, but he should be banned. What the fuck are you smoking? Oh, my God. Oh.
But obviously Kane is still kind of having some heated moment with Seth. He tried to help him, and then Seth accidentally, kicked the cage door into him, and then Kane got pissed, chokeslammed both of them. And obviously trying to get Seth to win, but Randy kicked out. So then obviously there was a couple distractions, and Randy obviously RKO'd Kane, and then Seth RKO'd Randy. And yeah, he didn't get a pinfall, but hey, at least he technically, off of a distraction still, but he still won, technically.
For a clusterfucky kind of ending, I thought it was a decent way to finally have the last piece of it. Like, he You know, the way they did it, Orton hit the pedigree, stealing Triple H's move, and then he steals it with a flying ace crusher, RKO-like move, steals Randy's move. So, and it was a way to not use the curb stomp. We didn't even see him attempt it in this match. So that was interesting.
And I do think that it made Seth look pretty decent. I don't think it made him look weak. I mean, like I said, yeah, he got it kind of off of a distraction, but hey, at least he didn't like, you know.
Like this. Kane chokeslam him too, so he had to overcome something too.
Yeah, exactly.
If Kane had just attacked Randy Orton and just handed Seth the win, I don't think I would have liked that from him. I thought that would have been way too predictable.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go after everybody, a little bit less predictable. I didn't hate it.
But overall, this pay-per-view, you give it a B+. I'll give it a B. B minus, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought match quality-wise, and you know what? The crowd was great as well. And I was really worried, Haley, that there was going to be a lot of CM Punk chants tonight. A lot of CM Punk chants during
There wasn't. There was a few JBL chants and...
Only one time did they chant CM Punk. It was on the pre-show when I first turned it on around 7:30-ish. And the people, there was a slight CM Punk chant, and then they got booed out of the building, and it never happened again. And I was so proud of those fans. It's like, you guys get it. This guy isn't about pro wrestling. Yeah, he's Chicago. Let him be for Chicago. This guy's not about pro wrestling anymore. And that's where I've kind of severed my ties, even in fandom of Phillip Brooks. It's a guy who I consider a role model, an inspiration, and an inspiration to speak my mind. And I didn't have a problem with him going to UFC. I had a problem with UFC signing him without even having one fight outside of the... Even Brock Lesnar had a fight outside the UFC before UFC signed him. I don't know if people realize that. I mean, so I didn't like that. And then for him, you would think he would want to like embrace the few fans that are wrestling fans of him that are gonna want to root for him regardless. But instead, he's pissing on everyone by... It's not that he's calling wrestling fake. It's the fact that he's acting better than the wrestling industry, not just World Wrestling Entertainment, but the wrestling industry that made him. And for a city that's been so known for the CM Punk chants, and when he walked out, obviously that pay-per-view that was there, they had to do a lot of PRing that first Raw and that first pay-per-view they had in Chicago after Punk left. But you know what? The smoke is cleared, and Punk, I think, is losing a lot of respect amongst the wrestling community for how he's carrying himself. I don't think I speak alone here. And it's a shame, because I think he would have had a lot of people rooting for him in MMA had he just, and he could have been a heel to the MMA crowd with still respecting MMA. But he thinks he's getting, over, that's what they want, is, for him to just, totally dash. That Brock Lesnar never did that. Never, ever did Brock Lesnar did that. In fact, they even acknowledged him as being a WWE champion, and they never hid from that. So it boggles my mind. And Ken Shamrock, obviously, and others, it just boggled my mind how CM Punk... There's no heat with UFC and WWE. You saw Ronda Rousey at Mania. Yeah, I know I'm channeling my energy from a video I did recently, but I'm proud of Chicago. I give the crowd an A tonight.
Exactly. They were definitely professional tonight.
Yeah, they got it.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tune into the Strike Zone this Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe to Joe's channel, too. I will put that in the description. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. Any plugs?
Subscribe to mine and the Strike Zone Radio YouTube page. And like you said, the Strike Zone this Thursday. Got my good friend Stevie Showtime, Mr. Combine, Stephen Mall. I know he's been commenting more on the crew page and stuff. He's going to be in on Thursday discussing the NFL Draft Live as the first round goes down. We got some surprise callers. We got Joey Janela, a wrestler from New York, going to be wrestling on the ICW card Friday, March 1st against the Amazing Red, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's against the Amazing Red. So this guy's a great talent. Wrestled some other great talents recently as well. So tune in for that and all of our NFL draft coverage. This is going to be fun.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.